Mo Valley Conference, and of course KTRS is the proud voice of the Missouri Valley Conference Championship every spring. Good morning, Mr. Doug Elgin. How are you?
Hey, McGraw, doing well. How about you?
Good to hear from you. So the Mo Valley getting ready to start league play, is that right?
We are. We start this Friday with Loyola's at Missouri State. We're getting through very successfully, I may add, in our non-conference play later on this week. And we got a couple of really big games against high major teams that remain. But we're off to, in terms of won-loss percentage, we're off to our best start since the mid-1960s as a league. We currently rank 8th among the 32 conferences, and we're looking forward to what should be a really good regular season race.
The Mo Valley has really poured it on the last couple of years. What do you credit, besides your brilliant maneuvering of the conference? Why is the Mo Valley Conference taking it to the next level the last couple of years?
Well, I think you got to start with campus leadership and our presidents and athletics directors, and one of their most important tasks is hiring and keeping in place head coaches, not only in men's basketball but across the board. Interestingly, Nebraska won the volleyball championship, NCAA volleyball championship. Northern Iowa beat Nebraska this year. So we have selective excellence in our league. We can play with the power teams in virtually all sports, and we're seeing that in basketball this year with a significant number of wins against high major teams.
You know, I'm nice to you. I don't start bringing up your team's losses. Obviously, you go straight for Nebraska losing after they win the national championship. Really? That's what you do?
I forgot about the big right-hander. I'm sorry.
But let's talk. Can we talk about coaching and coaching changing? Because you've been around sports long enough. It drives me crazy when these coaches get 2 or 3 years, especially in football, to try and turn around a team that will take years to turn around, and it's this perpetual revolving door in which nothing is ever accomplished.
Well, I think they're delusions of grandeur in the highest places in college football, and you see that. You see coaches being relieved of their duties mid-year. All that does is create chaos for the student-athletes. And in our league, certainly in basketball, I think you see an investment in the programs. I think you see a confidence in coaching staffs that they're going to get it done. Now, we turn over coaches that aren't successful in our league, as in every league, but I do think that coaches come into our league understanding that it's a comfortable place to build a personal resume, to build a program, and some of the greats in the highest places in college basketball today had their roots in the Missouri Valley. So I think we're excited about what we have, not only in men's but women's basketball in our league, and I think it starts with the head coaches.
Yeah. Are we done with all this conference realignment, or is this a lull before the next storm?
I have no idea. I do think you'll see through the history of college basketball, certainly in college sports over the past half century, there is always realignment. And it goes top down. If there's movement at the highest level, when the Big 10, Big 12, ACC, and so on realign, that creates a domino effect, and it goes to the lower levels all the way down the power structure in Division I. But I do think that there's a possibility that there could be high major realignment, but no one really has any idea when that'll take place.
You know, these conferences are too big to sort of follow along. That's the great thing about the Missouri Valley Conference, right? You have 10 teams, you can follow it along, you can enjoy it. Whereas some of these conferences, 15, 16, 18 different teams, that's not a conference. That's I don't know what that is.
It's a consortium.
Yeah.
It's a scheduling consortium, and that's what's special about the Big East, 10 teams, the Missouri Valley. They play double round robin. Schedule strength is equalized by the virtue of the fact that you play everybody home and away, and certainly we've always preferred to have that 10-team model. If you get beyond that, you do lose a little bit of that family atmosphere.
When is the Mo Valley Tournament this year here in St. Louis?
It is March 1 to 4, and of course KTRS will be covering us as in our partnership, all 9 games of that from Scottrade Center, a renovated facility that's going to give us opportunities to host more NCAA tournaments down the road, by the way.
Did I hear you guys signed a long-term deal with St. Louis too?
Well, we have. We're through 2020 with our men's tournament. We're here to stay. Our office is headquartered here, but we're keeping our men's tournament here indefinitely, I think. Arch Madness wouldn't play very well in Kansas City or Indianapolis or Chicago. So there's a brand equity with our event here in St. Louis. The State Farm MVC Tournament is healthy, and we've loved the partnership that we've had with corporate St. Louis and the civic leadership here.
And it's great, fun basketball right here in St. Louis in March. Now, also, Doug Elgin, did I hear that you are now part of the St. Louis royalty? You're now part of the St. Louis Hall of Fame. Is that correct?
That not quite yet, but it happens in January, and I'm one of, I think, 15 members of the induction class of 2018, and that's the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. Not to be confused with the Missouri State University Sports Hall of Fame, but it's, I follow Patty Viverito, who was inducted in 2016. This year there is a glittering array of inductees that include Mike Garrett, the Heisman Trophy winner from USC, who played for the Chiefs, Lee Smith, one of Major League Baseball's all-time closers, Jim Otis, who played for the Cardinals and the Chiefs, Gary Barnett, Parkway Central grad, who coached at Northwestern and Colorado, and Dr. Brian Mahaffey, one of my favorite people, former baseball star at Missouri State, now with the St. Louis Cardinals as part of their medical team. So that's only part of it. The people in Springfield at the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, Gerald Andrews and his staff, do a great job recognizing achievement across the state, and I'm certainly honored, and it's a tribute to our whole staff that this is happening.
Part of your entourage going to include the young niece, the New York Times best-selling author, going to join you for this trip?
I would doubt that. She's a busy lady. You're speaking of Emily Giffen, of course.
Yes, Emily Giffen, of course. Yes.
She'll be back here in the spring or summer with her on another book signing, a new book ready to come out in calendar year 2018.
All that means is I'm going to be stuck hosting some event with her. That's all that means. All right, Doug, you got it. So, Doug, what do we need to know about the Mo Valley between now and then tournament time?
Well, I think right now you look at our league, and Northern Iowa has clearly the best non-conference profile. Wichita State, of course, left us to go to the American Athletic Conference, and I think it's a wide-open race this year, McGraw, in terms of who's going to step up. Of course, Northern Iowa looks to have that profile to command a top position in our league race. Illinois State, Missouri State, both teams that are favored to be in the top 2 or 3. So it should be a great race, and as usual, we look forward to Arch Madness and all of our fans coming into St. Louis.
Doug, I want you to know that Wichita State and Creighton are dead to me.
I didn't say that.
Doug, be good. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.